Okay, so write 0.3 as a percentage. Now, when we see 0.3, we can think of it as 0.30 if you want, and then we know, of course, then that's going to be 30%. Okay. Now, a quarter, okay, we should know a quarter. If you think about it in terms of 50% is a half. A quarter then is a half of 50%, which is 25%. Okay, so always remember that, right? Remember those facts that 50% is equal to 1/2. So then 25% is half of this again. And of course, half of a half is a quarter. Okay, so then it says put in ascending order when you compare it to 28%. Now, of course, ascending order means going up. Okay, so you start at the bottom with the lowest. Now, 25% is the lowest, isn't it, out of these percentages? So your quarter is the lowest. Then your 28%. Then your 30%, which is 0.3. So we're going from smallest to highest. With number 2 then, it says write 32 over 50 as a percentage. Of course, we've got a fraction here, all right? Now, remember what percentage needs to be. A percentage is always out of 100, okay? So what I would do here is change this so it's out of 100, okay? So if you think about it, I can rewrite this fraction, so it's now out of 100. Think about what I've done to 50 to get it to 100. It's quite simple, isn't it, if you think about it? You just got to double it. Double 50 to get to 100. And if I'm doubling the bottom, I've got to do the same to the top. So 32 doubled is 64. So 64 out of 100 will give me 64%. Okay? And of course, then we know 0.63 would be 63%. So then putting in ascending order, when you compare it to 67%, the lowest is 63%, which is 0.63. Then you've got your 64%, which is the fraction. And then you've got your 67%. Okay? Now you might be wondering, do I have to put them like this? Can I write it as 63%, then 64% and 67%? And of course you can. You can do that if you prefer. Question 3, okay, write down 0.4, 15% and 7/20ths in ascending order. Okay, well, in this case here, 0.4 is the same as 40%, isn't it? Yeah, because 0.4 we could write as 0.40, which is 40%. 15%, okay, so we know obviously that's smaller than 40%. The 7/20ths, okay, now what I would need to do here is write it as a fraction, but we need to change this so it's out of 100. Okay, change it so that out of 100, that's what a percentage is, isn't it? So what am I doing to 20 to get it to 100? Well, we're multiplying by 5, aren't we? Multiply by 5, so that means we do the same to the top. 7 times 5 is 35, so that's actually going to be 35%. Okay, so the smallest is 15%. Then you've got your 35%, which is 7/20ths. And then your greatest value then is your 40%, which was 0.4.